There is a path that calls to each of us, not a path of ease, but one of ascent. It begins in the quiet places of the world, where the only sound is the rustle of leaves and the whisper of the wind. Here, in the heart of nature's silence, a journey starts. A journey not just over land, but through the landscape of the soul. We watch as a lone figure, the seeker, stands at the foot of a great mountain. The air is still, holding the promise of the day and the weight of the challenge ahead. There are no crowds, no applause, just the mountain and the silent commitment to climb. This is where resilience is born, in the decision to take that first step into the unknown, driven by a hope that is felt, not seen. The world below seems to fade away, and all that matters is the upward trail. The first part of the climb is a rhythm of breath and footfall. Step after step, the seeker moves through the dense forest that carpets the mountain's base. The sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling the path in shifting patterns of light and shadow. It's a gentle incline at first, a deceptive welcome. It allows for a settling in, a finding of pace. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and pine. It's a meditative state where the mind quiets and the body takes over. But even here, the mountain begins to test. Roots crisscross the path like snares, and loose stones threaten to shift underfoot. Each step requires focus, a mindful presence. It's a reminder that even the beginning of a great challenge demands our full attention. The seeker pauses, not from fatigue, but to listen to the birdsong, to the hum of the forest, to the steady beat of their own heart. It's a conversation without words, a connection to the wild, and a gathering of strength for what lies ahead. As the path steepens, the true nature of the climb reveals itself. The trees thin out, exposing the trail to the full force of the elements. The sun beats down, and the wind begins to howl, a constant pressure against every forward movement. This is the struggle. The initial rhythm is broken, replaced by a conscious effort for each breath, each step. The pack on the seeker's back, once a manageable weight, now feels like an anchor. Muscles burn, lungs ache. The mind, once quiet, now floods with doubt. Why am I doing this? Can I even make it? The summit feels impossibly distant, a fantasy. Every ledge looks like a good place to turn back. This is the part of the journey we all know, the moment when our resolve is tested, when the comfort of quitting sings its siren song. It is here, in this crucible of effort and exhaustion, that resilience is forged. It's the decision to take just one more step and then another. The seeker finds a small outcrop of rock and slumps down, the body screaming for rest. The water from the canteen is a small miracle, a moment of relief in the overwhelming struggle. Looking back, the starting point is no longer visible, lost in the haze below. It's a disorienting feeling to be caught between where you were and where you want to go. The doubt is a physical presence now, a heavy companion on the trail. But then, something shifts. A small, resilient flower is seen growing from a crack in the rock, its bright colors a defiant splash against the barren stone, a symbol of life persisting against all odds. This small detail, this moment of unexpected beauty, sparks a flicker of hope. It's a reminder that strength isn't about never feeling weak. It's about finding a reason to keep going when weakness is all you feel. The seeker takes a deep, ragged breath, pushes up from the rock, and turns back to the path. The pace is slower, more deliberate, but the direction is still upward. The struggle hasn't vanished, but the will to overcome it has been renewed. The landscape changes again. The rocky trail becomes a narrow ridge, a spine of stone with dizzying drops on either side. The climax of the climb is approaching. This is no longer just a physical battle. It's a mental and emotional one. The wind is a physical force, trying to push the seeker off balance. Each step on the narrow path is a commitment, a choice made in the face of fear. The world has opened up. The view is breathtakingly vast, a panorama of valleys and smaller peaks stretching to the horizon. But the beauty is laced with danger. There's no room for error, no space for a wandering mind. The focus must be absolute. The body is running on reserves, fueled by pure determination. Emotions run high, a cocktail of awe, terror, and a powerful, surging sense of purpose. This is the edge, the point where you are most vulnerable and yet most alive. The summit is now visible, a crown of rock against the sky. It's so close, yet the final push looks to be the hardest. Tears may well in the seeker's eyes, not of sadness, but of overwhelming emotion. It's the culmination of every step, every doubt, every moment of pain and perseverance. With a final monumental effort, the seeker pulls onto the summit, and then there is stillness. The wind that howled on the ridge is softer here, a gentle caress. The struggle is over. There is no triumphant shout, no grand gesture. There is only a profound, all-encompassing silence. The seeker sinks to the ground, body spent, but spirit soaring. The world stretches out below, a masterpiece of light and shadow. The clouds drift by at eye level. The journey's end is not a moment of noisy victory, but one of deep inner peace. All the pain, the sweat, the fear, it all melts away, replaced by an incredible sense of clarity. From this vantage point, the long and difficult path is visible, a winding scar on the mountainside. Every twist and turn, every moment of struggle now makes sense. It was all part of the path that led to this moment, to this peace. The journey wasn't just about reaching the top of a mountain. It was about discovering the summit within. It was about realizing that the strength to overcome was there all along. As the seeker sits on the peak, the sun begins to set, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. It's a spectacle of quiet grandeur, a reward for the arduous journey. This is the gift of resilience. It's not the absence of hardship, but the peace that is found on the other side of it. Looking down at the world, the problems and worries that seemed so large at the bottom now appear small, manageable. The mountain has offered a new perspective. It has taught a powerful lesson that we are capable of more than we think. That within each of us lies a reserve of strength we can tap into when the climb of life gets steep. The journey of the seeker is a mirror for our own. We all have mountains to climb, challenges that test our limits and push us to our breaking point. And just like the seeker, we can find the strength to take one more step, to push through the struggle, and to find our own summit, our own place of peace and perspective. The descent will be another journey, but it will be different. The seeker will walk down with a lighter step, carrying not the weight of the climb, but the wisdom gained from it. The memory of the view from the top, the feeling of inner peace, will be a source of strength long after the mountain is left behind. This is the cycle of resilience. We face a challenge, we struggle, we persevere, and we emerge changed, stronger, and more prepared for whatever comes next. The mountain remains, a silent teacher, but the person who climbed it is forever transformed. The journey shows us that the goal is not just to conquer the mountain, but to allow the mountain to transform us. It's in the struggle that we find our strength, and on the summit that we find our peace. Remember this story when you face your own mountains. Remember the quiet beginning, the arduous middle, and the peaceful summit. Remember that you have a seeker within you, capable of incredible journeys. Thank you for joining us on this journey of resilience. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content that explores the strength of the human spirit. Stay strong on your own path, and we'll see you in the next video.